A very good morning to all of you out there, and a good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
The way only Vim. Me crash everywhere.
I'm trying to get a Vim. It's coming. It's
sorry.
coming.
But today is World Water Day.
It is World Water Day today, and we've got different packages on water. It's all about water. Later on here on the show, we've got some of our great reporters on the ground telling different stories. So Justice Baidu is telling us different stories. We're talking Galamsey. We're also talking water shortages in certain areas as well. And then how about living on water? That's cool, right? I'm sure we've all heard about it in Zulizu. But how many of us have been there? And have we lived the stories? We're living all these stories right here on our show today, even as the world observes World Water Day.
Have you drunk from a borehole before? No. Yeah. No.
I can't say no because, you know, when you live in Accra, you never know where the water is coming from.
No. It means you haven't drunk. I mean, you haven't pumped a borehole or...
No, I haven't had the privilege of doing that.
You haven't had a privilege?
Yes,
that's a privilege.
of doing that yet. Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, so today you'll find some heartbreaking stories. You also find some refreshing stories, all in relation to World Water Day. But, you know, we all have a mission. We're destroying the water bodies, one. Taps not flowing in certain areas too, but we're also wasting water. So we'll try and check ourselves today here on the show with some great guests later on as well. Ro?
All
right.
right.
You got borehole in your house?
No.
Okay.
I don't have.
But why did you ask me that?
Because you look like somebody who hasn't experienced it before.
Really?
Yeah, it's true. It's all written in your face.
Let's do the newspapers. Let's start with the Daily Graphic newspaper, if I can, Ro. I can? Okay, so front page of the Daily Graphic, TUC describes 2017 budget as ambitious, but urges government to raise tax-free threshold. Dr. Yao Ba, the TUC boss, comes with this headline on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. So 41 police recruits sacked for forgery. That story on page 16. And I'll read a bit of that to you. Let's just run through quickly the other stories on the front page. Ghana's courier services attain international standards with help of West Blue. Fallout from Kintampo Waterfalls tragedy. Facility closed down. Mrs. Catherine Apeko, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, on the front page with this particular headline. But let's go to page 16 on this police recruits who have been sacked for forgery, and it says 41 police trainees have been dismissed from police training schools for allegedly using fake certificates to get recruited into the Ghana Police Service. Out of the number, 22 trainees were dismissed from the Polugu Police Training School in the Upper East Region, 10 from the Kumasi Police Training School in the Ashanti Region, 5 from the Police Training School in the Greater Accra Region, 2 from the Police Training School in the Koforidua in the Eastern Region, while 2 were from the whole Police Training School in the Volta region. The affected trainees who have been arrested were recruited on November 15, 2016 and had been in the training schools for the past 4 months. So who failed in doing their jobs here? Is it those who are recruiting or the people who came with fake certificates? I thought that should be easy to find out. You got them too deep into the process before realizing that they had come with fake certificates. I think you should also take some of the blame, Ghana Police Service. TUC describes 2017 budget as ambitious, but urges government to raise tax-free threshold. The stories, page 16 inside the Daily Graphic newspaper. And let's touch a bit on the Kintampo tragedy. And it says the Kintampo Waterfalls, the tourist facility at Kintampo in the North region, has been closed down indefinitely following the incident there last Sunday, which claimed the lives of 19 revelers. The acting Bnoahafo Regional Police Public Relations Officer Sergeant Samson Bande confirmed to the Daily Graphic that the Kintampo Municipal Security Council took the action in the wake of the incident. A resident of Kintampo also confirmed to the Daily Graphic that security men were currently guarding the facility to prevent people from visiting the tourist site. And I heard this is heartbreaking as a tragedy, but when you begin to hear the personal stories involved in this, it breaks you down. And I had a woman whose children. So, you know, there was another institution apart from the Wenchi institution involved in this. There was a certain university, I'm not quite sure the exact name yet, but this woman had his son from this university going to the waterfall and had called the mom that he had run out of food. So the mother sent 2 of his siblings to meet him at the waterfall with food. I think she mentioned rice and yam or so. And so 2 of her children were involved in this, and 1 died. And you know, the other one that survived is quite little, but the one in the university is the one that passed. So you know, the person who was sending the food got there and thought, oh, it was too hot, so you know, I'm not sure if it's a she or a he, also wanted to get a swim. And then you know, the trees came falling down. A friend of this woman's son, and it sounds like, you know, it's like an all-round kind of story. A friend who was also meeting the same guy also died in the process, because initially he had survived and he tried to save this little child, as in the kid brother or sister, got him or her into a safety place and came back to help his friend who was under a tree then in the water, and then, you know, also got a hit and also died in the process. So when you begin to hear the personal stories involved in this, I mean, it will break you. So
I think that's what we need to do. We need to go personal and tell some of the human interest stories for us to see. It's a tragedy. I feel that if we had the right systems in place, we could have prevented.
Yeah.
You know, there are many things. There are many things that do happen by natural causes that we can't prevent.
Yeah.
But that is why we have to encounter nature to make sure that we prevent, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's another tragic story, and we'll tag big with Erastus again. Yesterday we told the stories on the back page of the graphic. Check this out. Rainstorm destroys school in Asante Mampong. And this is the same school in Asante Mampong that Erastus visited
yesterday.
He visited the place a month ago when the structure was up, but there were cracks, serious cracks in the
and then he predicted that there will be.
I mean, he could tell. It's not like he's a contractor or anything.
Or prophet.
Exactly. And then, you know, true to the suspicion, it came down on Sunday. It's on the back page of the Daily Graphic. You can take a look at it. And so
and this is the structure that he was talking to us about.
Yes, this is the structure that he was talking to us about. And we've decided on this show to remind those who are responsible for getting the school children who are now studying under trees a new facility. So we're going to be reminding them by playing Erastus's story every morning until we see that something is happening on the ground. So watch out for that story. But this is the school building. See everything. Can you imagine if this happened on a school day?
And
this had happened on a school day?
And we have the pictures here.
Yes, we do.
Also.
We've got the video. We've got the before and after.
Before and after.
Yes.
It's a
Can
tragic
you imagine?
circumstance.
We sit there, we tell the stories. I mean, what could a reporter have done? He told the story. Let's just, for a second, think that, oh, there's no director of education or there's nothing in that place. So we're reminding the authorities that this is the situation. And they sat there, watched, did nothing. And then the building came collapsing. Now the children are sitting under trees. All right, so that's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. We thank the Graphic for also carrying the story and telling the story as well.
Okay, so we have at the front page of the Ghanaian Times. It has a picture of IGP David Asante Appiah-Etu. It says 41 police recruits dismissed for forgery and impersonation. Zoomlion calls for enforcement of sanitation bylaws, and especially once we have the rains approaching, we also make sure that we enforce. You see, we have the regulations, we just don't enforce them. If you know that you litter around. And I'll take an example. If you want to know how even those who claim they are educated are very much uneducated in their minds, when you get to the toll booth of the motorway or any toll booth for that matter, just watch those in the big cars. They pay for the tolls, they are given the slips. and then they drop the slip. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Those who and you see that there's a sticker at the back: University of Ghana, KNUST, Katanga. Sometimes you see Harvard. Sometimes you see University of Illinois. If there's one like that,
You see Harvard.
you see Harvard. And they drop the
But
slip.
it's a shame, eh?
It's a shame.
Yeah.
And so when you get to the toll booths all around, you'll see white.
Is the paper telling the story?
No, they are not.
Okay,
well,
cool.
because
that's one of the stories Echo wanted to do.
yeah, and you get
'cause,
to
you know, he
imagine.
sees it.
You get to imagine, why would you do that? Why would you buy something, or perhaps take a paper from
Just trash
somewhere
it.
and you trash it on the street?
Yeah.
Who goes to pick it from the street? Who?
Maybe they've got
No,
sweepers.
It doesn't
been-
make sense. Not at all.
I don't know. We should begin to take pictures of people who do that,
Yeah.
or send us their car numbers or something. Let's shame them. You know.
I remember back in the day when I was to practice, we used to have this thing on the segment called No Comment.
Yeah.
The no comment just said nobody will put any video or any audio on the video. So we just said no comment. No comment. And it spoke volumes.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, anyway. So we have Kintampo Waterfall closed down. The story is on page 16 of the Ghanaian Times. Government will build resilient economy for businesses to thrive. And on the back page, we have U.S. to give Ghana $225 million in 2019. Danish government supports Ghana's education with some $50 million. It's not for free though. It's a support. We'll
There's
pay.
nothing is for free. Yeah.
Debt stock or whatever we keep saying.
Is it that they're afraid of us, that they will give us for nothing? Let's do the Finder. Front page of the Finder newspaper. TUC hails ambitious 2017 budget, but questions ECG concession, unbridled trade liberalization, high cost of borrowing. High expectations of my government not lost on me. That's the president saying that. And there's a picture of him interacting with some Ghanaians in Switzerland. AMA resumes demolition today. Should I give a prediction, like, you know, like a prophecy or something? They're actively doing this. Just give them a little time and they'll go to bed. West Blue provides single window for courier services. GACL gets new managing director. That story on page 8 in the Finder. And it says, government has appointed Mr. John Dechim Atefua as a new managing director of the Ghana Airports Company Limited. The appointment follows the exit of the former MD of the company, Mr. Charles Asari. Okay. All right, there are a lot more stories in the Finder newspaper. Yep. Roll.
So we have the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide has on the front page, I have big plans for Ghana, Nana. But the main story, NDC plus to ditch Mahama, and then Deputy Regional Ministers approved. Already you have pictures there of Elizabeth Ajimang and Gifty Kusi. Mad rush for homeopathic health insurance. And West Blue enhances courier services. Homeopathic. And Nedian. Catch them here.
But you were trying to explain that yesterday, oh?
No, not me.
Okay. Sorry, was in some of the papers yesterday.
Okay.
I think it's new. Yeah.
See how that goes. All right, so those are the stories we have. For the back page, we have something celebrating World Water Day. Okay. I just wanted us to remind ourselves about it. Yeah. But this is by a company, though. But let's look at the Daily Dispatch newspaper. It has on the front page, after being crashed by a billboard, 28-year-old man becomes paralyzed, seeks justice. Okay. Then we have President Akufo-Addo's interview, and Ghanaians expect a lot from my government. That is the President, Akufo-Addo.
So this man was hit. Can you just a little bit of the story?
It says a 28-year-old man, Patrick Yeboah, who became paralyzed after a billboard fell on him on April 28, 2016 is seeking justice. It was around midday, that fateful day when the incident happened. Patrick was standing at the bus stop around the Palace Mall on Spinters Road, where he usually picks vehicle to work, when the billboard allegedly belonging to Medex Media Company fell on him. The construction of the billboards.
There's somebody responsible for the space.
Yeah,
Somebody
it's
gives
for,
it
it's
out.
for Medex Media Company.
Yeah, but apart from that, they paid to someone. There are different people that you can sue in this instance.
They pay to city authorities.
Yeah, you can sue
So
both.
so that'll be bus
I'm
stop,
not sure this is AMA.
Palace Mall. So that'll be LECMA.
Okay. Because I know the spaces where you put the billboards is not for free. The company who is also advertising pays. So
And they say apparently he was a level 200 student of Zen College.
Oh no.
And he wanted to, oh Charlie.
Wow. But this was last year. Never heard about this.
Yes.
Well, I hope that, and I'm sure that is this an action that is in court already?
No.
They should be in court.
They said the owners of the advertising company gave him 2,000 Ghana cedis.
No, hell no.
And after that,
Really?
after that he relaxed. Charlie.
Wow.
See the crusading lawyer, human rights lawyer.
No. But this is somebody's whole life.
Yeah.
And 2,000 Ghana cedis, you should be taking care of him.
Yeah.
Should be taking care of him. Make sure that he's back on his feet. Make sure that he's able to continue his schooling, and pay for all the time that he's not able to either work or school. You know, that kind of stuff. You shouldn't. I don't know. I think, well, it's maybe our famanyame attitude that's gotten us.
Yeah.
Because you should sue the moment it happens. You should take them on.
Sharp.
You should take them on.
You're enlightened, so it's easier. But that's why we're here.
No,
Also
but you know, I realize that a lot of people are also taking advantage of the media. So as soon as it happens, they are calling Adum FM, Peace FM, Joy FM.
But that's not the right place to call.
Yeah, but sometimes when you keep it to yourself, this is what happens. You go a whole year and they've given you only 2,000 Ghana cedis. But as soon as you alert the media, then they want to do the right thing. See? So I don't know. Sometimes don't keep quiet. I mean, at all
For
times,
example,
don't keep quiet.
if
Don't run to
the
the
lawyer will
media
tell you if the
quickly.
company doesn't have the money,
but-
so it means you have to go for the city authority because they paid the space. The space belongs to
Charlie,
them.
deal with the two.
Yeah.
Deal with the two. And go to the people who gave them license to operate as a company.
Heavy
I mean,
compensation.
like, go all round. Make
have a-
sure that you have them at all the areas.
I have a friend of mine.
This is sad.
I have a friend of mine. He was working in Italy in a factory or something, an operational site, and then I think was there a container or a machine fell on him. The compensation that it gave the money. See the big house he has.
Yeah.
Charlie,
Because it's more like they've retired you at an
Yeah.
age when you're not supposed to be
Oh,
retired.
sure.
So they have to make sure that you're taken care of and you don't lack anything.
Yeah.
They put you in that state. Let's finish off the Today newspaper, and then if we have just a little time, we can do the online review. The Today newspaper, ex-NACOP boss in trouble. Kwesi Sapong, former NACOP boss, comes with this paper. He was convicted, contempt of courts, and given some sentence, but I think he has to, it's not like he's going to be jailed. I'm still Queen Mother, who is saying that you can check that story out. Double tragedy, driver in Kintampo disaster crashes to death. Okay, we're told that this ambulance story, which also made headlines, yes, there was all around social media, we're told that it's not true. An ambulance, yes, was involved in an accident, but it wasn't coming from Kintampo. This was a referral case from Tamale, I think. It has nothing to do with the Kintampo waterfall tragedy, even though this in itself is also a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're done with the newspapers.
Yes, but we're not done with the news review because we have a lot more. We have to go to the online portals if we can, and at the end of the day,
Oh, our little money moment, Roland.
we have to do our little money moment.
We've been off this box for a while. We
Yeah.
haven't been consistent.
No,
but that's
it's-
life,
it's-
isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get everything. That's why it's savings. At the end of the day, also, you know, we've been looking at other things, saving people's lives, etc. And we went to Kumasi to do a live shoot of the uncompleted maternity block, and since then we're told that at least 10 infants have so far died or lost their lives. Who knows? It could have become the next big thing in broadcasting, or perhaps, you know, life just cut short just because we don't have the right structures. But it also shows you that it's not every time that you get what you have to get to do what you want to do. And so today I have my 10 Ghana cedis. Yeah.
Let me also add, Roland, with the Komfo situation that we've also
we're in 20 what?
22nd.
22nd.
We've also had some interventions.
It is hard. Please give close up. It is hard. Can we have close up? If we don't have close up, I'll put the money down. Close up. This is by force.
Roland, I said we've also had some interventions. We have the Member of Parliament for Bantama, and I think another...
How much did he give us?
No, he's...
Not for a special money moment.
Not for a special money moment.
Okay, so we have...
But he's interested in also picking up the issue.
It's not easy. Usually I'll bring 10 Ghana cedi flat.
Roland.
Yes.
Do you want me to say something about your money issues?
No.
Then put your 10 Ghana down. This is not new, by the way. So the Member of Parliament for Bantama, we're grateful that you're stepping into this situation. And that is good, because you know that they can also potentially bring people who are capable of completing the structure.
What's his name?
The maternity. Not
Collins?
quite, but I know that he's a person who overtook our
favorites. Oh.
Yeah, but we also got seed money for our money box.
Okay.
A seed money of 50 Ghana cedis from the Director of Administration at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital.
So
his name is Mr. George Tete.
Where's the money?
It's for the next box. I'm not going to put it in this box.
Put that in here. Let's complete the cycle.
Let's do online. Let's do online. This is myjoyonline.com. Water, the neglected commodity of our time. You can read about it on our page. We've got our own water times to come here on our show this morning. USAID partners discuss collective progress on food security in Ghana. Also on myjoyonline.com this day, AMA gears up for demolition of unauthorized structures Wednesday. Okay. Trump not above law, says court's nominee. Some OMCs reduce fuel prices in line with recent tax cuts. 40-year-old classroom block collapses. Classes held under trees. We'll remind you of that story just before we bring you sports. A 14-year-old girl defiled by 5 men suffers life-threatening complications. An African trade conference in U.S. with no Africans. Yeah, that's our story, isn't it? World Water Day, Ghana risk importing water. That's according to some experts. So this year's Water Day is about taking action to tackle the water crisis. And today we're going to share various stories related to water here on the show. On City FM Online, Africa must use its resources to create prosperity. That's the president saying. Also, government to set up Bauxite Aluminium Authority. Mahama didn't sideline NDC campaign team. ABA Fuseni reacting to those comments. Having more MPs as ministers won't affect our work. Majority saying, obviously. Okay, that's it for a man arrested after issuing fake DVLA permits for 2 years. Roland will do the BBC Africa.
Okay, so we look at the Africa page of the BBC. Cameroon sending back Nigerian refugees, and apparently the UN Refugee Agency says Cameroon is violating its obligations with forced repatriations. That's sad. Okay, so we go up, and it says Africa highlights religious TV channel shows porn, miracle survivors of jet crash, and it's a back causes Senegalese network to broadcast porn film. It means somebody either hacked into their system or their computer had a hardware problem, and all of a sudden they were showing porn. From where? It means somebody else was watching it on the network. Anyway, 2 German-born men to be deported, and the men of Algerian and Nigerian descent were detained on suspicion of planning a terror attack. And also on the BBC, trust people you work with. It's a story of a...
Like, trust me.
Yeah. Because you are showing some actions that you don't trust me. That's why I read the headline by force. Libya force accused of killing captives and racially charged row causes. Where they call them row? Hey, Charlie, footballer, football.
Well, are you a pronunciation dictionary?
I'm telling you. Viral footballer denies having girlfriend.
Charlie, this story went viral yesterday, eh?
And apparently, because they've named Womot as
Can I
coach.
say thank you to my husband and my boyfriend?
Yeah. Can I say good morning?
Yeah. Good morning, good morning,
To
good
all
morning
of
to
you.
my dear husband and my dear boyfriend. Oh, Roland, that's my Tengana. Eh?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, all right. So,
The
Mr.
way-
George Tete,
usually-
head of administration,
Charlie,
Comfort Teaching
it
Hospital.
be like...
Thank you for the seed money of 50 Ghana cedis. We'll put it in our next box.
I think Mama View also about you. You are too rich this trip.
Amen, amen.
Yeah, because the way you're folding, usually when you are poor, you do it well and put it. But you are too rich.
Like I got a lot of donations from Comfort.
Yeah, you are too rich. So the way you're folding, then no folding. Yeah, squeezing.
Charlie's 22nd. Since are tight.
I don't understand.
Okay, all right. But there are some great men and women who work at Comfanochi, and we salute all of you this morning here on the show. Okay, so stay with us for our water conversation. But before that, we also have AM Talk. But here's what we've dedicated ourselves, Roland and myself, to doing until the problem is fixed. We're going to show you the incident of Asante Mampong that the Daily Graphic also picks this morning, which is on the back page. And the school is Patase Sisiase Kokobein. They just call it PSK
That's
MA
all.
Primary School.
Patase, Sisiase.
Sisiase Kokobein MA Primary School.
yeah,
It's in Asante
Patase
Mampong
Sisiase,
municipality
AMA
in
Kokobein.
the Ashanti region. So here is Erastus Asaridonko's report as he filed when the building was standing but with the cracks, and after it finally gave in on Sunday. Thank God there was no child sitting under any of those structures, but right now they're studying under trees. We need help. We need to fix this. We'll speak to Erastus after sports to find out if anything has changed, but here's the story.
On my first visit to the Patase Sisiase Kokobin PSK MA Primary School, I learned a collapsed part of the classroom block nearly killed this boy.
Sena advance anase no ayi tim kɔtwere no ne bu me ne dem kɔhwe hɔ no banse anse dem kɔhwe hɔ no tina mu se ne yam yana na nipa bebre school man so no dem kofi na mam kɔtɔ duro de mam.
Well, he says he leaned against the wall that day and then it came tumbling down. But
Pupils were still sitting under the dilapidated mud brick structure with visible cracks all over. After a stormy night on Sunday, the whole structure collapsed in what could have been a tragedy if classes were in session. Some of the pupils feel saved by God.
When today we come to school and I saw that the structure has broken. I feel that when we are in that time when it has collapsed and we are learning, it can kill some people, but God has saved us. The time the structure broken, nobody was here learning.